Okay, visible.
Live वरती नहीं है बरा. Yeah, sir, you can go ahead.
Yeah. Nephrotic syndrome is a clinical disorder characterized by the marked increase in the protein in the urine, decrease in the albumin in the blood, and excess of lipids in the blood. So it is a triad basically proteinuria, hypoalbuminemia, and hyperlipidemia. So very easy to understand. So what are the basically the clinical features? Patient is having weight gain due to excess of fluid retention. Face is puffy, periorbital puffiness, pedal edema, ascites, pleural effusion. So patient is having other circle-like features. Then on neurological manifestation, patient is having headache, sometimes irritability, fatigue, easy fatigability, and on investigations of urine, you find proteinuria, more than 3.5 gram protein per day. So you should have to collect 24 hours of protein. And on blood lipid examination, you will find hyperlipidemia. Cholesterol and triglycerides in the blood levels are markedly increased. So these are the clinical features. So these are the some slides to see the normal urine and the foamy urine in the nephrotic syndrome due to proteins in the urine. You have to take some blood sample for the serum biochemistry, and here also most important for the diagnosis for further complications treatment renal biopsy is advisable. So these are the some treatment protocol. So reduction of the edema, you have to restrict the sodium, restrict the fluid. Patient is instructed to take at least 1 liter or 1.5 liter in the 24 hours. He should drink fluid calculatedly. Sodium is intake is less than 3 gram per day. IV albumin is given to correct the hypoalbuminemia. Dietary proteins are given to correct the protein loss. So these are the factors to control the edema. Then next is to treat the underlying cause. Underlying cause may be the infection, malignancy, whatever. You should find and treat the cause. Then next is inhibitor and steroid to treat the nephrotic syndrome. One second, just we are going to third topic. Yes, sir, screen is visible now for vitaminosis.
Yes, sir, it is clearly visible. Please go ahead.
Okay. So, student, you may get long question for this vitaminosis. So, what are the vitamins? Vitamins is usually defined as the organic substances not made by the body, which are soluble either in the fat or water. You know there are fat soluble vitamins and water soluble vitamins. So ordinarily it is needed only in minor quantities like in microgram, milligram, right? Function to act as a factor in a variety of metabolic reactions. So what is vitaminosis? Is a disease caused by the chronic or long-term deficiency or caused by the defect in the metabolic conversion such as tryptophan to niacin. One example is given here. So what are the vitamins? Vitamin A deficiency, it causes xerophthalmia or night blindness. Thiamine causes beriberi, dry and wet beriberi. Niacin causes pellagra. We will see one by one. Vitamin B12 deficiency lead to megaloblastic anemia, very common nowadays. Vitamin C, in extreme condition, it leads to scurvy. Vitamin D deficiency causes rickets. What are the causes of vitaminosis? Decreased intake, dietary intake, impaired absorption from the gut, increased metabolism due to any reason, and inadequate storage of the vitamins. So, coming to the vitamin A. Vitamin A precursor is known as beta carotene. Vitamin A, it comes from the animal source as well as vegetable source. In animal source, meat and dietary dairy products. So beta carotene basically is a precursor. It comes from the green leafy vegetables and intensely colored fruits and vegetables. So what are the side effects of vitamin A deficiency? So night blindness, patient is seeing less in the from the evening to night, bitter spot. The photograph is taken from the eye of vitamin A deficiency. Xerophthalmia means dryness of the cornea. In severe condition, corneal ulceration, decreased salivary secretion, and hyperkeratosis of oral mucosa. These are the deficiency symptoms, signs, symptoms of vitamin A. Coming to B complex vitamins, there are multiple B complex vitamins. B1 is thiamine, B2 is riboflavin, B3 is niacin, B6 is pyridoxine, B5 is pantothenic acid, B7 is biotin, B9 is folic acid, B12 is cobalamin. So it is called as C complex vitamin. So we are seeing vitamin B1, that is thiamine. It is found in fortified bread, cereals, fish, meat, and milk. So what are the symptoms of vitamin B1 deficiency? So it is basically nervous disorder, digestive system disorder, symptoms, and beriberi. You will get short note in beriberi like dry beriberi or wet beriberi. We will see later on. So vitamin B2 is riboflavin. It works with the B complex to promote the healthy growth of tissue repair and helps release energy from the carbohydrate. So when you take the food and you want energy, so B complex vitamins are must. What is RDA? This is recommended daily amount of vitamin B2 is 1.7 milligram. These are water soluble vitamins required for the healthy skin and healthy red blood cell production. So what are the deficiency symptoms? This is the classical picture of glossitis, angular cheilitis. You will oftenly see such patients in the practice. Then seborrheic dermatitis and some ocular changes in the riboflavin deficiency. Coming to vitamin B3, that is food sources of niacin is dairy products, fish, meat, nuts, and eggs. So what if the niacin is deficiency? Then some symptoms like pellagra. So pellagra is basically a triad of dermatitis, dementia, and diarrhea. Right? It is oftenly found in chronic alcoholic patients. Lot of patients will be seen in the IPD, indoor case. So what are the oral manifestations? Same like B complex deficiency, glossitis, stomatitis, entire mucosa becomes fiery red. Oral mucosa becomes fiery red and painful. So there are skin lesions also in the niacin deficiency. It is called as pellagra. Even you will get sometimes short note on the pellagra also. Then vitamin B6, that is pyridoxine, important. The food sources of pyridoxine include beans, legumes, nuts, eggs, meat, fish, and cereals. So what if the vitamin B6 is deficient in the body? Then dermatitis. Most commonly you will see the microcytic anemia, iron deficiency anemia. Sometimes patient may present with the convulsions, CNS complications like convulsions, irritability. So these are the deficiency signs symptoms of vitamin B6. So coming to vitamin B12. The B12 is also found in the egg, meat, poultry, shellfish, milk, and dairy products. So in government format also vitamin B12 is also added to 45 grains such as cereals. Now what are the deficiency symptoms of vitamin B12? These are the megaloblastic anemia. So those who are purely vegetarian people oftenly lands into this type of anemia, megaloblastic anemia due to vitamin B12 deficiency. You will commonly see such patients in the society. What are the symptoms? Weakness, dyspnea on exertion, tingling on the extremities, oral manifestation like glossitis, sore full tongue, right? These are the some symptoms of deficiency. These are the all B complex vitamins, very important because these are water soluble, have to replace every day, otherwise you will be having deficiency symptoms. So coming to vitamin C, as you know, this is ascorbic acid found in the citrus fruits, green peppers, strawberries, tomatoes, broccolis, then potatoes. These are the some sources of the vitamin C. Vitamin C deficiency, what are the symptoms? In the mild deficiency, appear in the form of lassitude, fatigue, anorexia, muscle pain, susceptibility to infection. These are vague symptoms, but you should always have a high degree of suspicion of vitamin deficiency in this case. In severe deficiency, you will find scurvy. A clinical feature, folliculitis, hair follicle rise above the skin and there are perifollicular hemorrhages in severe deficiency, hemorrhages in the joint, nerve sheath under the nail or conjunctiva, you will find hemorrhages. So these are the some deficiency symptoms. Then coming to vitamin D, you all know it is important for the bones. The body itself makes vitamin D when it is exposed to sun. What are the sources of vitamin D? Cheese, butter, fortified milk, fish, or fortified cereals. These are the some common sources for the vitamin D. What if the vitamin is deficiency in our body? So children, infants, these are called as rickets. We will see later on picture. And adults with vitamin D deficiency called as osteomalacia. So, and other finding you will get is hypocalcemia, less calcium in the blood. So this is the typical picture of rickets. You will see the pigeon chest, bowing of legs, frontal bosses. This is the typical picture of vitamin D deficiency severe in the children. It is called as rickets. Radiological picture you will see long bones, thinning of the jaw, cortical structure, teeth. If it is disease, occurs by the 3rd year of age. Management, dietary enrichment. You will have to take intentionally vitamin D enriched diet, calcium gluconate, and if not responding, then hormone therapy. In adults, vitamin D deficiency result in the osteomalacia, which is called as adult rickets. What are the findings? Flat bones and diaphysis of long bones are affected. The clinical features, what are clinical features? Remodeling of the bone occurs in the absence of adequate calcium, resulting into softening and distortion of the skeleton. So bones become very soft, brittle, and easily fractures can happen in this situation. In oral manifestation, severe periodontitis is the symptom. What is the management? So patients with osteomalacia due to intestinal malabsorption require a larger dose of vitamin D and calcium, that is 40,000 to 1 lakh international unit of vitamin D and 15 to 20 gram of calcium lactate per day. Coming to vitamin E, so basically it is very rare in human, so we'll keep it. Coming to vitamin K, very important. Food sources of vitamin K include cabbage, cauliflower, spinach and other green leafy vegetables as well as cereals. So in even clinical practice, you will find such cases of vitamin K deficiency. What are signs symptoms? Prolongation of the clotting time and a tendency to bleed profusely. So there can also be increased bleeding after tooth extraction, which is very important as far as dental practice is concerned. Oral manifestation in gingival bleeding. So patient those who are having liver diseases like cirrhosis of liver or any liver malignancy. So this vitamin is markedly decreased in such patients, and chances of bleeding is very high in such cases. Wait a minute, we will go ahead with the another lecture. So coming to the balanced diet, you will get short note or even long questions regarding this balanced diet, deficiency disorder, prevention and treatment. So what is balanced diet? A diet which has contained different types of food possessing the nutrients like carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins, minerals and water. in a proportion to meet the requirement of the body. Balanced diet achieved by eating variety of food. There is no single food with correct amount of all essential nutrients. Eating a balanced diet requires a certain amount of knowledge and planning. The basic consumption of balanced diet is highly variable as it differs from country to country depending upon the availability of food, social and cultural habits, economic status, age, sex, physical activity of the individual largely influence the take of diet. The nutrition expert group from the ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, has recommended the composition of balanced diet for Indians, right? So what they advise for the Indian people, so you should take cereals like rice, wheat, jawar, pulses, vegetables, roots, tubers, fruits, milk, milk products, dairy products, fats, oils, sugar, groundnuts, etc. So addition intake for meat, fish and egg for non-vegetarian, and for vegetarian milk and pulses. So you have to eat variety of food to maintain the good nutrition, balanced nutrition. So why a balanced diet is important? Body's organs and tissues need proper nutrition to work effectively. Without good nutrition, body is more prone to disease, infection, fatigue and poor performance. Children with a poor diet run the risk of growth and development problems. Bad eating habits can continue for the rest of their lives. US FDA reports that the 4 out of top 10 leading causes of death in the US are directly influenced by diet. These are heart disease, cancer, stroke, diabetes. So very important role of diet. So this is the slide. You have to just have a look for balanced diet for an adult Indian. This is for adult Indian having approximate age above 18 years and weight for 60 kg. This is the dietary requirement. So you have to eat a variety of food to maintain the balanced diet. So which is also represented in the food pyramid. A food pyramid is a diagram representing the optimal number of servings to be eaten each day from each of the basic food groups. So this is the food pyramid. At the bottom you are seeing the 8 glass of water, right? It is very important. Then above that you have to eat carbohydrates like rice, pasta, 6 servings, 45 cereals and bread, which is very important for maintaining balanced diet. Then you have to eat 2 servings of fruits and 3 servings of vegetable for vitamins, minerals. Then above it, you have to milk, yogurt, cheese group, 3 servings, milk, poultry, fish, dry beans, nut groups, 2 servings to maintain the protein requirement of our body. And on the top, you require very less quantity of fat, oil, sweet, and calcium, vitamin D, vitamin B12 supplements. So this is called as food pyramid. So to maintain a good health, you have 6 nutrients in a balanced diet. These are carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamin, mineral and water. Coming to carbohydrate, recommended daily allowance is 400 grams of carbohydrate you have to eat per day. What are the function of carbohydrate? It is a chief source of energy. 60 to 70% of total energy is arrived from the carbohydrate. Second, brain and other parts of CNS are depend upon glucose for the energy. You will oftenly find when you are not eaten enough carbohydrate, you will feel hypoglycemic or having less energy. That's why you have adequate amount of carbohydrate required for the oxidation of fat, synthesis of the pentose for DNA, RNA synthesis. So what are the sources of carbohydrate? These are the sources: sugar, cereals, pulses, roots, tubers, bread. Even rice, pasta, these are the sources. Deficiency, what will happen if carbohydrate is deficient in our diet, right? You will feel fatigue and decreased energy level due to hypoglycemia, due to low sugar. unhealthy weight loss, low sodium, loss of sodium, then you will might get attacks of ketosis and acidosis due to severe carbohydrate deficiency. So second important thing is protein in your diet. Recommended daily allowance is 56 grams. Usually ICMR said that you have to consume protein 1 gram per day, per kg per day. So that is the recommendation, and it is increased in children, pregnancy, lactation. If you are athlete, sports person, there are variations. What are the functions of protein? Basically, it is a fundamental basis for the cell structure and function. It maintains the osmotic pressure and have a role in the clotting blood, muscle contraction. All the enzymes, several hormones, immunoglobulins are proteins used as an energy source. What are the sources of protein? You all know: vegetable sources or non-veg sources, pulses, leafy vegetables, cereals, milk, meat, egg. These are the some sources. What are the symptoms of protein deficiency? So leads to protein calorie malnutrition, which is also called as Kwashiorkor marasmus. You will get short note like this: Kwashiorkor or marasmus, right? What is marasmus? Marasmus is a severe protein calorie malnutrition. Protein is also less and calorie is also less. It is protein calorie malnutrition, which is characterized by the energy deficiency and emaciation. It causes stunted growth and wasting of muscle and tissue. It develops between the age of 6 months and 1 year in children who wean from the breastfeeding, who suffer from weaning conditions like chronic diarrhea. So see the picture of the marasmus, right? It is a severe growth retardation, loss of subcutaneous fat, severe muscle wasting. Child looks thin, wrinkling skin, bony prominences, frequent watery diarrhea and acid stools. Temperature is less, hypothermia. Edema is present. Edema is absent. Edema is absent in marasmus. So next is Kwashiorkor. It is also called as weight protein energy malnutrition. Form of PM characterized by the protein deficiency. It refers to an insufficient protein consumption but the sufficient calorie intake. Only protein are deficient, calorie is optimal. It usually appear in the age of 12 months when breastfeeding is discontinued. See the picture of Kwashiorkor. The change in the skin pigment. Patient is having diarrhea, decreased muscle mass, edema, fatigue, easy fatigability, hair changes, lethargy, increase and more severe infection due to damaged immune system, failure to weight gain and grow. These are the signs symptoms of the Kwashiorkor. What is the treatment? Treatment is in the 3 stages, which requires hospital management for resolving the life-threatening conditions, dietary management resolving the nutritional status, and nutritional rehabilitation. In the hospital management, why the patient should be hospitalized? To correct the hypothermia, hypoglycemia, infections, dehydrated, electrolyte imbalance, anemia, and other vitamin mineral deficiency. For this, hospitalization must. What is dietary management? Diet from the staple food, inexpensive, easily digestible, even distributed, and increased number of feedings. So this education is must for the patient and the mother father. Third is rehabilitation, nutritional training for mothers, feeding their children back to health and use local food. You have to train the mother also. Prevention, promotion of breastfeeding, development of low cost weaning, nutritional education, family planning, immunization, early diagnosis and treatment. Then one more important factor in the balanced diet is fiber. The complex carbohydrates are not digested by the human enzymes, are collectively referred as a dietary fiber. Soluble fibers mostly found in the fruits and legumes. Insoluble fibers from the vegetables and grains. Functions of the fiber: It prevents constipation, eliminates bacterial toxins, decrease GIT cancer, improve glucose tolerance, reduction in the cholesterol level. What are the adverse effects? Digestion and absorption of the protein, intestinal absorption of the minerals, flatulence and discomfort. How it is avoided? Drinking plenty of water. What are the sources of fiber? Like fruits and leafy vegetables, rice bran and wheat and legumes. These are the sources of dietary fiber. Deficiency will lead into constipation, high blood sugar, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, obesity, cancer. Next parameter in the balanced diet is fat, which is also very important. Recommended daily allowance is 70 grams. You have to eat 70 grams of fat per day. What are the functions of fat? It provides 15 to 50% total energy, concentrated fuel source of body, constituents of membrane structure and regulate membrane permeability, source of fat soluble vitamins as cellular metabolic regulators, as insulating material protect internal organs. So fat is also essential. What are the sources of fat? Butter, cheese, cream, eggs, red meat. Then coming to micronutrients in the balanced diet, vitamins. What are vitamins? Chemical compounds required in every small quantities which are essential for normal and health metabolism. According to solubility, there are two types of vitamins. First is water soluble, second is fat soluble. Which are the fat soluble vitamins? A, D, E, K are the fat soluble vitamins. Water soluble vitamins, these are B complex vitamins. We have already covered these vitamins. So coming to another micronutrients are minerals. What are minerals? Minerals are the inorganic substances needed in small amounts by all cells for normal functioning. We are going to see 2 or 3 minerals in short. First is calcium. What are the function of calcium? It constitutes bone and teeth. Muscle contraction, this is necessary for muscle contraction and nerve transmission. Deficiency leads to rickets and osteomalacia, we have already seen. What are RDA? 0.8 to 1 gram per day. These are the calcium requirements. What are the sources of calcium? You all know milk and dairy products, leafy vegetables. Second important mineral is sodium. What is the function of sodium? To maintain the acid-base balance, to maintain the osmotic pressure, and for nerve and muscle function. Deficiency leads into hyponatremia. Old age patients commonly admitted due to hyponatremia with neurological manifestations like drowsiness. In severe cases, they can present with convulsions, coma also. So what are recommended daily allowance? 5 to 10 grams per day. Source is salt, table salt. Third mineral is potassium. What is the function of potassium? Like sodium, acid-base balance, osmotic pressure, and maintain the muscle function. Deficiency leads to muscular weakness. So some patients of severe hypokalemia can have grade 0 power. The condition is called as hypokalemic periodic paralysis. It is due to less amount of potassium, which is called as hypokalemia. The RDA 3 to 4 grams per day. What are the sources? Fruits, nuts, and vegetables are the sources. Next mineral is iron. As all you know, which is very important, which is involved in the O2 transportation and biological oxidation. It combined with the heme and for hemoglobin, which is very important as a O2 transport. Deficiency leads into the hypochromic microcytic anemia. You will get sometimes short note on this iron deficiency anemia. This is PS picture, hypochromic microcytic anemia. RDA recommended daily allowance is 10 to 15 milligram per day. Sources organ meats like liver, heart, and leafy vegetables. Iodine, next important mineral. Iodine function, it constitutes of thyroxine and triiodothyronine. Deficiency leads to cretinism, goiter, myxedema, RDA 150 to 200 microgram. Sources: iodized salt, seafood, right? And you all know the deficiency of iodine leads into the goiter. We are not going to detail. Next, a very important constituent in the balanced diet is water. Most abundant constituent in the human body, it makes up to 60% of body weight. What are the functions of water? Provision of moist environment, aqueous condition for metabolism, moistening of food for swallowing, regulation of body temperature, being a major constituent of blood and tissue fluid, it transports substances. Dilution of waste products and poisons substances in the body, providing medium for the excretion of waste products, example urine and feces. So that's all from my side.